Welcome to Beginner's Guide to Makeup. Today's episode is all about contouring. So, for today's episode, I have prepped my skin, I have done my eyebrows, I've done my color correction, I have a skin tint on, and today we will be talking all about contouring. And for that, I have two options. One is a liquid contour that's from Rare Beauty in the shade Solace, and this is the stick contour from Morphe in the shade Refined. Both of them can be used in the same way. However, why do we need a contour? We need contour to define our face, define the planes in our face, especially for someone who is in their 40s or late 30s, or who has a rounder face. You want to bring a more chiseled look to your face. As an example, if I want to have my jaws very structured, if I want to if you see, look at my cheek, it is rounded. If I want to show that my cheek has structure, it has some hollow, if I want to bring more definition to my features, I will use a contour. Now, what I would like to mention here is you can skip contour. However, you should always use a bronzer. We'll go into that in the next episode. So please be mindful that contour is an optional step. You can skip contour. However, in case you want to use contour, this is the right way to do it. Now I'll show you what the shades look like. Now, a contour will always be cool toned. It will have grays in it. That's because you want to show shadows. You want to bring out shadows, and shadows will bring definition. So this is a darker contour, and this is a lighter shade of contour. It totally depends, right? If you are a bit tanned, this will not show up. This might not show up as it is a bit lighter. And at that time, you will need a darker. And I wanted a very true contour. That's the one from Rare Beauty. It's very cool toned, and this is a bit more it has a bit of more warmth to it, the one from Morphe. So what you do is, you do not, even though you want to bring a hollow to your cheek, you do not put your contour here. What you do is, you want to bring more hollow, you want to bring more definition to your jawline. Okay, this is one way of doing. The other way is, you can put your contour at the back of your hand. You can really warm it up and then apply it with the use of a brush. So this is a contour, and you will never drag. You will simply buff it in, and you want to buff it, make it seamless. You should never ever be able to see the harsh line of the contour, right? Here you can buff, but here you have to stamp. So this will give more depth to the face. You can also apply a contour to your forehead, but I do not like applying contour to the forehead. I like applying a bronzer. So this will bring definition to my jawline. And if you want to bring definition to your nose, right? If you have a bit of a wider nose, you can of course bring definition to your nose, but be very careful, because here you only need a bit here. You only need a bit here. If you want to give an appearance of a button nose to your nose, you apply your contour here, and this will then ensure that your nose, you do not need a thicker brush like this. You can simply use your fingers or a smaller contour brush. So if you see, My nose looks a lot slimmer, but it has to be seamless. You should not be able to see the harsh line of your contour. And the end of my nose looks very cute, like a button nose, right? So this is how you play with your features. You can bring more depth to your features. You can manipulate the appearance of your features. Now, unless you are a professional makeup artist, I will not recommend you go very deep with contouring or use too much of contouring, because although it might not show up in a camera, in real light, the contour might show. You might be able to see where it's contoured, and that does not look good at all. So if you want to use a contour, it should be very seamless. Like, you cannot see where I have applied a contour on my nose. You cannot see where I have applied a contour on my cheeks. So that is how you ensure that you have used a contour. You do have a lot of options available. You do have a lot of good contour sticks, like the Ruby's Organic Contour Stick. I did have it, but I did not like, because it smelled a bit different. I was not very happy with the scent of it. Do be mindful, but they have very good shades. So you do have a lot of options. You have ELF, you have Huda Beauty, you have K Beauty. You have very good contour options available in the market, but I personally prefer the Morphe stick because it's very creamy, blends very well, and someone who has a bit more of a deeper skin tone, you can use the Rare Beauty. So these are the two contours that I swear by, and we will cover the bronzers in the next episode. I hope you liked the contouring method that I showed you today. If you like my content, please do like, subscribe, and follow me on YouTube and Instagram. Thank you for watching.